Good day everyone, my name is Noel Leandro A. Ahoy from PSBMM21. So today we are going to discuss advertising. So let's proceed. Advertising. Advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods or services by an identified sponsor. Ads can be a cost-effective way to disseminate messages, whether to build a brand preference or to educate people. So advertising, familiar naman po tayo sa kind of advertising like Facebook ads, TV ads, and radio ads. So, advertising is basically pagpapakilala sa kung ano yung product or services na ino-offer mo sa mga tao. You attract customer or consumer. Yung advertising is depende na lang yan sa tema mo, sa tema na gagawin mo, or tema na gagawin ng company para ma-attract nila yung mga customer or consumer na kung paano nila mapapakilala yung product or services na ino-offer nila. Setting the objectives. The advertising objectives must flow from prior decisions on target market, brand positioning, and the marketing program. So, dito sa setting the objectives, meron tayong chart para mas maging malinaw kung paano ba nagpo-flow or paano umiikot or paano tumatakbo yung setting objectives. Dito sa chart, the first stage is mission. Dito sa part ng mission, kailangan alam ng company kung paano or ano yung gagawin nilang advertising content para mas makapag-attract sila ng maraming customers. Kung paano makikilala yung product or services na ino-offer nila sa mga tao. Like, kung mapapatawa, mapapaiyak, or mapapasaya ba nila yung mga tao sa advertising content na gagawin nila. So, kailangan meron silang clear missions para doon. Second stage is money. So, dito sa part ng stage na to, money, syempre basically, yung company is gagawa silang advertising content, kailangan nila maglabas ng money. Kailangan nila ng budget or capital para makapag-produce ng isang quality or magandang content ng advertising para makapag-attract sila ng maraming customers or consumers. The third stage is message. Dito sa part na to, kailangan alam ng company kung ano yung message ng advertising content nila. Kung ano yung message ng advertising content nila na marireceive ng mga future customer or consumers nila. Like for example, sa commercial ng Safeguard. So, sinasabi dito na pag ginamit mo yung sabon na Safeguard, mawawala yung 99.9% germs sa kung ano man yung sinabon mo. So, sinasabi dito na pag ginamit mo yung Safeguard, is malilinis yung part na kung ano man yung ginawa ng sinabon mo. So, ayan. Then, the fourth stage is media. So, kailangan dito sa media, alam ng company kung ano yung specific target nila, kung ano yung gagamitin nilang platform sa paggagawa ng advertising content nila, kung saan nila ilalagay dyan, like kung sa Facebook ads ba, sa TV ads, sa radio ads, and sa marami pang iba. The last stage is measurement. Dito sa part na to, after the company do their task para sa paggawa ng advertising content, kailangan na ma-measure nila kung naging effective or hindi ba yung advertising content na ginawa nila. So kung hindi, pwede silang mas galingan pa nila, mas gumawa pa sila ng maraming advertisement or commercial para mas makilala yung products or services nila. Advertising goal. Advertising goal is a specific communications, task and achievement level to be accomplished with a specific audience in a specific period of time. Advertising objectives can be classified according to whether their aims is to inform, persuade, remind, or reinforce. So, dito sa advertising goals, meron tayong 4 na klase dito. Number 1 is inform, persuade, remind, or reinforce. So, we're going to discuss these 4. The first is informative advertising. Aims to create brand awareness and knowledge of new products or new features of existing products. So, dito sa informative advertising, usually ito yung mga bagong company na bago yung product nila. Kailangan mag-advertise sila na para pinapakilala nila kung ano yung brand na meron sila, kung ano yung value na may bibigay ng product nila sa mga tao. So, ito yung informative advertising. Persuasive advertising aims to create liking preference, conviction, and purchase of a product or services. Dito sa persuasive advertising, ang aim nito is para ma-attract yung mga future customers or consumers. Kailangan maganda yung advertisement or advertising content na meron dito sa persuasive advertising para mas maka-attract ito ng maraming customers and consumers. Next is reminder advertising. Reminder advertising aims to stimulate repeat purchase of products and services. Dito sa reminder advertising is basically para lang siya sa mga customer na nakabili na ng isang product para lang mas maging kaakit-akit pa sila na mas bumili pa or mag-repeat purchase sila sa isang product. Reinforcement advertising aims to convince current purchases that made the right choice. So, ang this kind of advertising is para sa mga current purchases na sinasabi dito na ma-realize nila na tama yung decision nila na purchase nila itong isang product. Deciding on the advertising budget. Number 1, stage in the product life cycle. New products typically receive large advertising budgets to build awareness and to gain consumer trial. Established brands usually are supported with lower advertising budgets as a ratio to sale. So, dito sa stage na to, yung mga new products ina-advertise sila with low cost lang. So, yung mga company is hindi sila nag-i-invest agad na bago pa lang sila sa advertising. Bago pa lang sila gumagawa ng advertising, mag-i-invest agad sila ng malaki dito. So, hindi ganun. So, tinatansya din nila na kung magkano lang yung ilalabas nilang capital para makapag-produce ng isang advertising content. Number 2 is market share and consumer base. High market share brands usually require less advertising expenditure as a percentage of sales to maintain share. To build share by increasing market size requires larger expenditures. On a cost per impressions basis, it is less expensive. So dito sa part na to, ang ginagastos sa paggawa ng advertising content is yung market share para hindi ganun kalaki or ganun kababa yung capital na kinukuha nila para sa pag-produce ng isang advertising content. Number 3, competition and clutter. In a market with a large number of competitors and high advertising spending, a brand must advertise more heavily to be heard. Even sample clutter from advertisements not directly competitive to the brand creates a need for heavier advertising. So, sa number 3, pag ang isang company ay gumagawa ng isang advertising content, kailangan mabigat kung ano yung message nila para sa mga future customer or consumer nila. Kasi sa dinami-dami ng competitors nila, marami na yung nagagawa ng mga advertising content. So, kailangan yung gagawin ng isang company, yung gagawin ng company na advertising content is mangingibabaw sa compare sa mga nagawa na ng kanilang mga competitors. Number 4, advertising frequency. The number of repetitions needed to put across the brand's message on consumer has an important impact on the advertising budget. So, basically, from the word frequency, kung ilang beses nauulit yung advertising content na nagawa mo, kung paano nauulit sa mga sa customer or consumer, kung paano tumapatak sa kanila sa pagpapaulit-ulit na nakikita nila, nababasa or naririnig or napapanood. Number 5, product substitutability. Brands in less well differentiated or commodity like product classes, beer, soft drinks, banks and airlines require heavily advertising to establish a differential image. Advertising is also important when a brand can offer unique physical benefits or features. So, dito sa product substitutability, example na lang is dito sa soft drinks. So, marami ng brands ng soft drinks, maraming product nito. So, kailangan pag gumagawa ka ng advertising content soft drinks yung product mo, kailangan tumatatak ito sa mga tao, mas nakikilala kasi sa dinami-dami ng competitors, kailangan hindi ka nagpapadaig pagdating sa advertising content na ginagawa ng isang company. Kung may bago man or bagong lasa man yung product mo na soft drinks, kailangan nalalaman yun ng mga tao, kailangan tumatatak yun sa mga tao para hindi na pag-iiwanan yung product mo or hindi ka naiiwanan ng mga competitors mo. Developing the advertising campaign. In designing and evaluating an ad campaign, it is important to distinguish the message, strategy, or positioning of an ad. What the ad attempts to convey about the brand from its creative strategy, how the ad expresses the brand claims. So, dito sa developing the advertising campaign, kailangan alam ng isang company kung paano umatake sa advertising content, kung ano yung gagawin nila para mas makuha nila yung attention ng mga tao or ng kanilang mga future customers. Kung paano tatatak yung branding nila, paano tatatak sa mga tao, and paano makikilala yung product na ino-offer nila sa mga tao. Television ads. Television is generally acknowledged as the most powerful advertising medium and reaches a broad spectrum of consumers. The wide reach translates to low cost per exposure from a brand building's perspective. So, television ads is napakalaking tulong nito para sa isang company na mag-produce ng isang advertising content or commercial dito sa television ads kasi marami nga namang nanonood na mga tao sa TV. Then, magkakaroon ng malaking exposure yung brand or yung product na ino-offer nila sa mga tao pag dito sa platform nila, pag itong platform na to ang ginamit nila, which is yung television ads. Print media offers a stark contrast to broadcast media because of their self-paced nature Magazines and newspapers can provide much detailed product information and can also effectively communicate user and usage imagery. At the same time, the static nature of the visual image in print media makes it difficult to provide dynamic presentations or demonstrations. Another disadvantage is that print media can be very passive. So dito sa print ads, ang example lang nito is yung basically yung newspapers, magazines, then yung mga ang example din nito is yung mga flyers na ibinibigay pag yung mga may mga bagong bukas na establishment sa isang lugar. So halimbawa merong kainan na magbubukas sa Pantok. So pag yung print ads ay yung ginamit nilang advertising dito, nagbibigay sila ng mga flyers sa mga tao, sa mga dumadaan na tao para mas maalam ng mga tao na magbubukas sila sa specific time na yun. Radio ads. Radio is a persuasive medium. 96% of all Americans age 12 and older listen to radio daily and on average for over 20 hours a week. Perhaps radio's main advantage is flexibility. Stations are very targeted. Ads are relatively inexpensive to produce and place, and short closing allows for quick response. So, alam naman natin to lahat, familiar naman tayo dito sa radio ads, which is yung company, dito nila pinapasok or ito yung ginagamit nilang platform para mag commercial or para mas maipakilala nila yung product or services na ino-offer nila. Basically, inaano lang nila to, sinisingit nilang nila to yung may commercial or at least mga 10 seconds para mas magkaroon ng exposure yung product or services na ino-offer nila sa mga tao. Social responsibility review. Advertisers and their agencies must be sure advertising does not overstep social and legal norms. Public policy makers have developed a substantial body of laws and regulations to govern advertising. So dito sa social responsibility review, syempre hindi naman ganun kadali gumawa ng advertising content, and kailangan ang isang company wala din silang nilalabag na kahit anong batas sa paggawa ng advertisement. So kailangan wala din nangyayaring ditong false marketing, like sa example sa sabon, sinasabi sa advertisement na in 3 days puputi ka, pero pag ginamit mo naman yung product na yun, hindi naman ganun ikaw agad puputi. So bawal yung mga ganong advertising. So diyan pumapasok yung social responsibility review. Kumbaga nilalagyan din nila mga rules and regulations para mas maging maayos yung advertising dito sa Pilipinas.
The next one is deciding on reach, frequency, and impact. The first one is the media selection. They are finding the most cost-effective media to deliver the desired number and type of exposure to the audience. Yung mga advertisers nila ay tinatest muna nila yung mga product trial kung ito ba ay good or not. And if ever na ma-release yung product, aware sila na ganun na may something din sa product, kung ano ba yung effectiveness ng product, para aware sila. Then the next is reach. Ito yung number of different persons or household to a particular media, at least one hanggat may specified time period. Then next is frequency. This is the number of times within the specified time period sa average ng persons or household para ma-expose yung mga message dun sa product. Then next is impact. This is the qualitative value through the given. Like it's good for housekeeping and it would be a higher impact as sa magazine. Additional to deciding on which frequency and impact is the total number of exposures. Ito yung R times F is equals to E. Tapos dito mo malalaman kung ito ba ay pasa sa GRP, then the given reach is about 80%. The last one of the part is the weight number of exposure. This is the R times F times I is equals to WE. We have two types of choosing among media types. The first one is target audience media habits. Ito yung mga ina-advertise natin sa radio, televisions, and sa social media. Then the second one is product characteristics. Ito naman yung personal nating ina-advertise yung mga product natin like demonstration, visualization, explanation, and believability. Next is priorities of major media types. We have newspapers, televisions, direct mail, radio, magazines, outdoor, yellow pages, newsletters, brochures, telephones, and internet. Next is place advertising. These are the marketers involved kung paano nila ito may introduce in a creative idea like billboard, public spaces, product placements, and point of purchase. Next one is POP or point of purchase. These are the use various communication method para ma-reach yung mga customers in stores advertising, radio programming, and television ads, sa mga posting in social media, and yun yung the easiest way on how to promote their product. That's how studies shows that 70% of buying decisions are made in store, and that advertising appealing as it encourage spontaneous buying decision. Evaluating alternative media. Yung mga alternative media ay nag-o-offer sa mga marketers na opportunity to reach a precise. However, Proving its effectiveness required credible research, and ang kaibahan ng ad placements may be perceived as invasive, leading to consumer backlash in ad-free spaces. Consumer advocate Ralph Nader warns that consumer will reach a saturation point. We have 7 part of evaluating alternative media. The first one is circulation, audience, effective ad expose audience, continuity, flighting, and proofing.
So sales promotion. What is sales promotion? It is a key ingredient in marketing campaigns, consists of collection of incentive tools, mostly short-term, and designed to stimulate quicker or greater purchase of a product or services by consumers or the trade. So advertising versus promotion. Advertising is about building brand awareness and communicating the benefits of a product or service to a wide audience over the long term, while the sales promotion is focuses on short-term tactics to simulate immediate sales, often through incentives like discounts, coupons, or special offers. Sa madaling salita, yung advertising is na-attract yung mga consumers mo by your product, sa characteristic ng product mo, benefits na ina-advertise mo, while the promotion is na-attract yung consumers because of your previous coupons and yung special offers. Consumer promotion tools are tactics used by companies to encourage consumers to purchase their products or service. These tools aim to attract customers, increase sales, and foster brand loyalty. So, yung consumer promotion tools is isa siyang tactics na ginagamit ng mga companies para ma-encourage yung mga consumers para mag-purchase ng product or services nila. So, yung aim ng tool na to is para ma-attract yung customers and mag-increase ng sales and mag-build ng brand loyalty. So, these are the example of consumer promotion tools. So, first is yung sample. So, dito yung offer a free amount of product or service delivered door to door or outside. So, ayun yung example is yung sa halimbawa nasa supermarket ka, then merong isang stall doon na nag-offer ng sample ng hotdog or something na chichirya, yung libre lang. So, sa coupons naman, it is a certificate entitling the bearer to a stated savings on the purchase of a specific product. So, example nito is yung sa mga Jollibee, yung dating may mga coupons na maliliit, then may discount kapag meron ka nun. So, sa cash refund offers, rebates naman is, nagpro-provide ka ng price reduction after purchasing the product. So, sa price packs naman, sense of deals, yung nag-offer ka sa consumers na may off yung mismong product or yung regular price is may sale. So, sa price pack, sense of deals offers to consumers of savings of the regular price of a product. So, yun nga. Yun yung halimbawa sa isang product is may sale or bundle. Halimbawa, yung isang toothbrush and the toothpaste is bundle siya and may discount kapag dalawa yung binili mo. So, yung sa price naman is nag-offer ka ng price like the win cash, trips, or merchandise as a result of purchasing something. Patronage awards naman is values in cash or in other terms that are proportional to patronage of a certain vendor or group of vendors. So, sa free trials naman is inviting prospective purchasers to try the product without cost in the hope that they will buy. So, sa product warranties naman, explicit or implicit promises by sellers that the product will perform as specified or that the seller will fix it or refund the customer's money during a specified period. So, the tie-in promotion naman is 2 or more brands or companies team up on coupons, refunds, and contests to increase pulling power. So, cross-promotion naman is using one brand to advertise another non-competing brand. So, the last one is point of purchase, displays, and demonstrations. So, yun, point of purchase, displays, and demonstrations takes place at the point of purchase or sale. So, yun, trade promotion tools naman is the tactics that used by companies then to encourage the retailers, wholesalers, and the other channel partners para ma-promote and ma-sell yung kanilang mga products. And yung mga tools na yun is designed para ma-stimulate yung demand and mag-increase lalo yung product visibility and mag-improve yung distribution. So, the first one is yung price off. So, yung price off is alam naman natin na reduction of the price in the regular price of a product. So, yan. Yung allowance naman is an amount offered in return for the retailer agreeing to feature in the manufacturer's product in some way. This one is yung free goods. Yung nag-offer ka ng extra cases of merchandise to intermediaries who buy a certain quantity of features, a certain flavor or size. So, yun. Halimbawa, mag-resell ng isang bulk ng isang ukay and magkakaroon siya ng freebies or magbibigay ka ng extra goods sa pinurchase niyang product. So, yung business and sales first promotion tools naman are the strategies and resources na ginagamit to increase visibility, attract customers, and mag-boost ng sales. So, an example nito is advertising, trade shows, and conventions, contest for sales reps. So, i-discuss to ng another reporters.
Next is events objectives. Marketers report a number of reasons why they sponsor events. So, makikita or malalaman dito yung mga reasons kung bakit nag-sponsor ang isang brand or isang product sa mga events. So, the first reason is to identify with a particular target market or lifestyle. Customers can be targeted geographically, demographically, psychographically, or behaviorally according to events. Events can be chosen based on attendees' attitudes toward and usage of certain products or brands. Ang best example ko dito is, kunwari, mag-sponsor yung gaming phone or kahit anong klase ng phone na pang games, mag-sponsor sila sa isang event which is event tungkol sa mga online games, and of course, ang mga attendees sa events na yun is mga players or online games or naglalaro ng mga online games. So, pwede sila maengganyo sa nag-sponsor na phone na pang online games. The next reason is to increase awareness of company or product name. Sponsorship often offers sustained exposure to a brand, a necessary condition to build brand recognition. By skillfully choosing sponsorship events or activities, identification with the product, thus product recall can also be enhanced. So, dito po, para lang po tumaas yung awareness ng mga tao sa company or sa product name nyo. Kaya sila nag-sponsor sa mga events para makilala ganun. Next reason is to create or enforce consumer perception of brand image association. Events themselves have association that helps to create or enforce brand association. So, dito naman po, kaya nag-sponsor ang isang product sa mga events is to para ma-reinforce or tumaas yung tingin o yung perception ng mga tao sa brand name or sa isang brands. To enhance corporate image dimension, sponsorship is seen as means to improve perception that company is likable, prestigious, and so on, so that consumers will credit the company in favor in later product choices. So, dito naman po is parang kagaya lang po ng reinforce consumers perception. Dito sa enhance corporate image dimension is para ma-improve yung tingin ng mga tao sa isang product or sa isang company, and para malaman nila na likable, prestigious, and anything yung isang company or yung isang brand name. Next is to create experience and evoke feelings. So, dito naman po papasok, parang kapag yung isang, or yung mga attendees sa isang event is na-experience nila yung kung anong klaseng product yung ino-offer mo, and kapag na-experience nila and kapag nakapag-evoke feelings ka doon is pwede mong ma-market or pwede kang makapag-market sa mga attendees na yon. So, the next reason is to express commitment to the community or on social issues. Dito naman po is kaya ka nag-sponsor is para makipakita mo sa mga tao or sa mga attendees sa events na yun na may commitment ka sa community or sa social issues natin. For example, yung isang product is meron siyang tinayo na isang non-profit organization or charities. So, doon pa lang is makikita na nila na commitment ka sa community natin dahil nakatulong ka sa mga charities and team. So, next is to entertain the clients or reward the employees. So many events include lavish hospitality ties and other special service or activities which are only available for sponsor and their guests. Lastly is to permit merchandising promotional opportunities. So, dito naman po is kaya nag-sponsor ang isang product sa isang events is to promote or magkaroon sila ng promotional opportunities or magkaroon sila ng chance na mapakilala yung mga products nila. So, for the next topic is public relations. Means a public is any group that has an actual or potential interest in or impact on a company's ability to achieve its objectives. Public relations involves variety of programs designed to promote or protect a company's image or its individual products. So, dito naman po is makikita natin yung iba't ibang program kung paano i-promote ang company's image or yung products ng isang company. So, the first one is press relation. Presenting news and information about the organization in the most positive light. So, press relation is maglalabas ka ng isang news and information na positive isang product na to or isang brand or ang company na to. Next is the product publicity, sponsoring efforts to publicize specific product. So, here is sponsoring. This product is sponsoring and nagpapublicize ng specific product sa isang events, nag-sponsor sa isang events, ganun. Next is corporate communication, promoting understanding of the organization through internal and external communication. Here is to promote nagpo-promote ang isang organization through internal, which is internal involves the stakeholders or the share- or the investors, and the externals is the internal is the customers or the potential customer. Next is lobbying, dealing with legislator and government officials to promote or defeat legislation, regulation. It is also means communicating with any official in the legislative or executive branch for the purpose of attempting to influence legislative or administrative action or a ballot issue. Here is gumagamit ng isang officials or legislators para ma-promote yung specific company or product. Lastly is counseling, advising management about public issues and company positions and image during good and bad times. It is also means counseling is a type of they help individuals or someone helps the company deal with the cases by offering assistance and support. Lastly is marketing public relations. Many companies are turning to marketing public relations or in PR to support corporate or product promotion and image making, and PR like financial public relations and community public relations serves as special contingency the marketing department. So the first one is assisting in the launch of new products. For example, is the amazing commercial success of toys such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers, Beanie Babies, and Pokemon owes a great deal to clever publicity. So here is para nag-a-assist sa launch ng mga product or gumagawa ng isang commercials para makapagpalabas ng isang or mapakita yung new product. So next is assisting in positioning a mature product. For example is the New York City had an extremely bad press in 1970s until the I Love New York campaign. So dito po is for example yung matagal yun ng product or yung isang company name or product is super matured na and matagal na. You need to reposition it para magbago para magkaroon ng campaign and para mas makilala ulit yung product na yun. Next is building interest in a product category. Companies and trade association have used and PR to build interest in declining commodities such as egg, milk, beef, and potatoes, and to expand consumption of products as tea, pork, and orange juice. Next is defending products that have encountered public problems. Public relations professional must be adept at managing crises such as Coca-Cola incident in Belgium over allegedly contaminated soda and Firestone cases with regard to tar thread. Lastly is building the corporate image in a way that reflects favorably on its products. Bill Gates speeches and books have helped to create an innovative image for Microsoft Corporation.